My name is Deborah Schwinn, and I am Dean of the Roy J. and Lucille A. Carver College of Medicine. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you here tonight to celebrate the achievements of the class of 2013. The graduates in the audience this evening represent students from the Carver College of Medicine programs. Tonight, students will receive their Bachelor of Science degrees in Clinical Laboratory Sciences, Nuclear Medicine Technology, and Radiation Sciences, their Master's degrees in Medical Education, their Doctorate of Medicine degrees, or a combined Doctor of Medicine and Masters of Public Health, or Doctor of Medicine and Doctor of Philosophy degrees. To all the graduates, the Carver College of Medicine joins your family and friends in sharing the excitement and pride for your accomplishments. Now I'd like to introduce my colleagues who will be part of tonight's celebration. On your far right are Dr. Chris Cooper, Associate Dean for Student Affairs and Curriculum and Professor in the Department of Urology. Dr. Cooper is much beloved. Dr. Harold Adams, Professor in the Department of Neurology. Dr. Adams happens to be tonight's commencement speaker. Dr. Manetta Gardnier, Associate Dean for Graduate Recruitment and Professional Development in the Graduate College and Associate Professor in the Department of Pharmacology. Next is Dr. Christy Ferguson, Professor in the Department of Internal Medicine and Director in the Master of Medical Education program. And finally, Dr. Donna Hammond, Interim Executive Associate Dean and Professor in the Department of Anesthesiology. On my side are some special guests tonight. Mr. Ken Cates, Chief Executive Officer at the University of Iowa Hospitals and Clinics and Associate Vice President of the University of Iowa Healthcare. As the executive leader of the UI Hospitals and Clinics since July 2008, Ken Cates oversees the strategic, operational, and financial performance of the hospital with a special focus on patient safety, clinical excellence, and outstanding service to ensure extraordinary experiences for our patients and their families. As Associate Vice President, he is part of the leadership team advancing the strategic plans and mission of the UI Healthcare. Now you can clap. Next is Dr. Victoria Sharp, President of the Iowa Medical Society and Professor in the Department of Urology. Next is Regent Robert Downer. Regent Downer has been a member of the Board of Regents of the state of Iowa since 2003. Regent Downer received a jurisprudence doctorate from the University of Iowa College of Law in 1963, and for the past 50 years, he has been a member of the Iowa City law firm of Mearden, Supple, and Downer. He is an active member of the Johnson County, Iowa State, and American Bar Associations. Dr. Jean Robillard, Vice President for Medical Affairs at the University of Iowa. Dr. Robillard oversees the University of Iowa Hospitals and Clinics, the Carver College of Medicine, and the University of Iowa Physicians. As a leader of Iowa's only comprehensive academic medical center, since 2007, Dr. Robillard has created a model of academic medicine fit for the 21st century and a world-class enterprise. Under his vision and leadership, UI Healthcare implemented its first ever strategic plan for the integrated enterprise, expanding medical services to better meet the needs of Iowa's communities, advancing research and discovery, and educating world-class health professionals and scientists. Finally, it is with great pleasure that I introduce our university's provost, P. Barry Butler. Provost Butler was appointed executive president and provost of the University of Iowa in May 2011 after serving as interim provost since October 2010. Prior to his appointment, Dr. Butler was Dean of the University of Iowa College of Engineering, where he holds the rank of full professor in the Department of Mechanical and Industrial Engineering. He earned his bachelor's and master's degrees in aeronautical engineering from the University of Illinois in Urbana-Champaign in 1979 and 1981, respectively. He received his PhD in mechanical engineering in 1984, also from the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. He joined the University of Iowa faculty in 1984. Please join me in welcoming Provost P. Barry Butler.
Thank you, Dean Schwinn. It's so wonderful to walk in and see all the smiles in the audience. It's really a spectacular evening, and to be able to see everybody so proud of their graduates, their friends, and others. So it's a good time for all of us. Graduates, deans, distinguished faculty, honored guests, family, and friends, I have the honor of bringing greetings and congratulations to all of you from the University of Iowa and from its Board of Regents. Thank you for coming to help us bear witness to this important milestone in the lives of these graduates. The entire university community shares your pride and happiness on this momentous occasion. For those of you who are graduating today with the Doctor of Medicine degree, I invite you to think back to that ceremony that marked the beginning of your journey toward becoming a doctor, the white coat ceremony. 4 years ago, the keynote speaker at that ceremony, Dr. Richard Williams, stood before a group of bright, eager, and probably very nervous young people who were about to take a tremendous challenge. He spoke about the remarkable opportunities that were about to open up to you, the opportunity to change lives for the better, to make new discoveries, to be a respected member of a time-honored profession. He also talked about the awesome responsibilities you were about to accept as you donned that white coat. Sadly, Dr. Williams passed away 3 years ago, but if he were here today, I know he would be deeply proud of what you've done and what you've accomplished on this day. On this momentous occasion, I'd like to borrow from his wisdom and mention a few of the key points he spoke about 4 years ago. And these apply to all of our graduates today, not just the MD recipients. First of all, I urge you to always remember that you've got what it takes. We had confidence in you when you started, and I hope you did too. But if you needed more proof, well, you've got it tonight. You set a goal, you made the decision anew each day to keep working toward that goal, and you reached that goal, in spite of all the sacrifices of time, money, sleep, and time with your family. But you made it. Second, you must never stop learning and teaching. In the medical profession, perhaps more than any other, knowledge changes fast. There's always more to learn. One of the most important ways to learn is to seek insight from those you work with, including the nurses, physician's assistants, technicians, pharmacists, physical therapists, and other care professionals. But don't forget the patients as well. And finally, please always remember how precious are the supportive people in your lives, the people out there today. I'm confident that I speak for all of you when I say thank you to the family and friends who are here tonight, and to those who couldn't be here but are celebrating you from afar, for their patient support and encouragement and the sacrifices they made so you could pursue your dreams. At the University of Iowa, healthcare and the health sciences are central to who we are. We're very proud of our long history of remarkable contributions to healthcare for the people of Iowa and the people of the world. Today, you become a part of that tradition, our newest representatives and ambassadors out in the world, the public face of who we are and what we stand for. As Dr. Williams put it, you are the next leg in the medicine relay, and today your teachers hand you that baton with great expectations. We're very proud of you, and we know you will continue to make us proud in the years to come. The University of Iowa community joins with me in wishing you the very best success. Thank you.
Thank you, Provost Butler. Now it's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Chris Cooper, Associate Dean for Student Affairs and Curriculum, as well as Professor and Vice Chairman in the Department of Urology. Dr. Cooper is a pediatric urology specialist who keeps an active operating room schedule in addition to his administrative duties. Dr. Cooper.
Good evening and welcome to the celebration for the class of 2013. Whoa. Hang on. That was just terrible. I don't know if you guys know Kelly, Damian Erig's cousin, but she did like a cricket chirping sign just there. You got to watch her carefully, actually. She's been to a lot of these, and if things get dull, she'll start making signs to the viewers at home. She'll tell them it's time to go make a sandwich, maybe change the channel. Dean Schwinn, I apologize. I think, I caught him off guard. Don't stop them from graduating just yet. They're used to sitting and lecture passively. They didn't realize this is supposed to be an interactive celebration. So give me a minute to chat with them, and we'll get them in the proper state of mind. Now, folks, for our brand new dean here, I'm surprised that that's the best you can do. This is not a dress rehearsal. Right, Kelly? No. Way back in my day, I remember when we were welcomed to our graduation celebration, half of us stamped out our perfectly good cigarettes and stood up and cheered. So, yeah, times were different back then, but we sure knew how to cheer. Vice President Robillard, I bet you guys cheered very loud, too, at your graduation. Yeah, scared off all the horses and everything, didn't you? Now, that's not a crack about his age. It's just that Canada has a very progressive green movement. And Provost Butler's here. He doesn't have to be here, but he comes here because this is his favorite college. He told me he likes coming to this event because it's a happy event. He chose to come here. He could have gone to the law school graduation tonight, but apparently it's like a wake over there. All the families wearing dark clothing and sunglasses so you can't see their tear-streaked eyes. It's like graduation for Darth Vader's stormtroopers. Provost Butler came here tonight because he wants to celebrate with the Jedi, all right? And families, you should be happy about this. After 20 years or so, the educational gravy train is finally pulling into its destination. So, yeah, there we go. That's a little better. Let's try it from the top, shall we? And we'll get back onto the script. Good evening and welcome to the graduation celebration for the class of 2013. Yeah, much better. That's the sign you want. I learned that last year. So, none of this. I've got to say, this class has truly been outstanding, and I am very, very proud of them and confident that they are going to go out and serve society well. If you take a minute and do a little bit of math, it's staggering how many lives this group will impact each and every year. They are truly a force for good in society. I want to reinforce this point. Take a look, all of you around, at all the people in this room. Go on, I'll watch Kelly while you take a look. When this class is out in practice, you all, will see this many people in one active clinic morning. This many lives, you really will. That leaves the afternoon for many of the people to have diagnostic procedures that some of the other people graduating tonight will be performing. It leaves the afternoon for operations and other therapeutic procedures that you all will be performing as well. That's all in one day. Multiply that number by 5, and you see how many people you will impact in 1 week. Increase it by 10-fold, and that's the number of lives that this group is going to touch in a single year. It truly is staggering, and this is a reason to celebrate. That's better. I want to brag about this medical school class for a minute. Every class takes on their own personality, and every class is special. But this class has truly been fantastic. From day one, this group has been amazingly cohesive. And I don't mean just technically, they do have their mobile devices and they do that Facebook page thing that they do, but it's been striking to me to see how involved they are with each other and how caring they have been with each other. I know for the audience members, you would expect nothing less from students entering such a noble service profession, but it truly is a special characteristic of this class. They've not only cared for themselves, but their actions have also demonstrated their care and compassion and desire to serve broader communities both near and far. Many of them have gone on service and medical mission trips in the United States, as well as in multiple other countries and continents. Besides participating in multiple school and community service activities and committees, they've also been involved in an incredible number of other extracurricular activities. I honestly don't know how they found the time to do all of this. I was stunned at match day when you presented your slideshow and saw all the activities that you all found time to do. Some of them were very good activities as well. Yes, I was stunned. As an example of some of the kinds of activities, we've got 20 students graduating with research distinction tonight, 15 with teaching distinction, 5 with service distinction, 5 with global health distinction, and 2 with humanities distinction. Now you might be wondering, with all of their extracurricular activities, how did they do academically? I can tell you that in addition to being a very involved and caring class, they are also a very bright class. Tonight's class achieved the highest average Step 1 National Board score in our collegiate history. Now, full disclosure here, records are meant to be broken, and that gunner class behind you came along and shattered your record. But they never leave the library, and they made my job a lot trickier tonight coming up with these comments. So, both of you are well above the national average. I could go on and on about this class's accomplishments and your accomplishments, and you all do have much to be proud of. But you must humbly recognize that you did not get here on your own. From birth, you have been given gifts of intellect, curiosity, and stamina that others have not. And it's through the support of many people, including family and friends, your schools and teachers, your college and their faculty, that you will graduate this evening. So as you sit here tonight, I want you to be both proud and thankful. And as people congratulate you later this evening, remember to thank them for the support and opportunities they've given you over the many years. I want to take just a couple more minutes of this class's time and attention to give them a few parting thoughts. Being a physician is an honorable and noble profession. Provost Butler mentioned Dr. Williams' words to you, which ring true. Your task is not an easy one. It's going to require a commitment to lifelong learning. Tonight, I'm not talking about the learning you get from reading journals or attending professional conferences, although that's important learning as well. After tonight, you will have significantly fewer faculty, but you will have many more teachers. You can and should learn from your patients and their families. They need you to become your teacher. They need to become your teachers, and you need to let them. I believe you can learn from anyone at any time. Don't be afraid to ask your patients and their families questions or to say, I don't know. Even though you're graduating tonight, we certainly didn't teach you everything. Many of my own pediatric patients and their parents are both teachers and heroes to me. They've taught me so many things and demonstrated courage and an ability to adapt to unbelievable challenges. I am deeply grateful to be permitted to become a part of their lives and to learn from them. The practice of medicine is changing rapidly, but as long as you can establish a one-on-one relationship with the people that you will serve, you're going to have a wonderful career. My two-part take-home message for you tonight, and this will be on the test, is to first recognize the support, talents, and responsibility you've been given so that you can make a difference in the field of medicine and in the lives of so many. It is a great responsibility, but I have no doubt it is one you will not shirk and you will continue to make all of us proud. And second, be grateful for the good fortune you have to be entering such deeply rewarding careers where you are permitted to grow and learn from those that you serve and help. It has been my great pleasure to serve as your Dean of Students, and you all have my sincerest congratulations. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce Mr. Shadi Hanane, a fourth-year medical student from Easton, Pennsylvania. Since matriculating in the college 4 years ago, Shadi has been an active participant in an array of student activities and organizations, including serving this year as Carver College of Medicine Student Government President. Shadi will introduce tonight's commencement speaker after a few remarks of his own. Mr. Shadi Hanane.
All right. Thank you, Dean Cooper. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Some said it couldn't be done. Others said the task would be too difficult. Fellow classmates, we achieved something today that is special and rare. We accomplished a feat that many students have tried, but only a few have succeeded. And that accomplishment was attending a medical school event earlier today without completing an OSAC post-event survey. But on a serious note, let's show our gratitude to the OSAC staff, deans, faculty, and most importantly, our family members for mentoring, teaching, and putting up with us, especially during our board examination months. Let's give them a round of applause. Parents, I'm sure you all remember what it was like to live with your son or daughter at home when they were stressed out during their high school years. Now imagine that feeling multiplied by over 130 medical students focused and determined for 4 years. I'm sure it's easy for you to relate as to why Dean Cooper looked forward to graduation as early as our white coat ceremony. I'm proud to be a part of this class. Everyone here is a hard worker, ambitious, and compassionate. When we came together in the fall of '09, we just clicked. It was as if you were watching the Hawkeye football team on a good Saturday morning against that small school from Ames, Iowa. We worked and studied together, laughed and cried together, and with our patients. And from time to time, we were all sleep deprived. But most importantly, we shared our dreams and we trusted in one another. This week, we rediscovered that life really does exist outside of studying, and we celebrated the work and the sacrifice that we all endured for the past 20 years to fulfill our dream to be seated here tonight. Tonight, we celebrate the realization of a dream that originally started off hazy during our formative years. With the help and guidance from our mentors and loved ones, all the way from kindergarten to college, that dream became clearer. Here, at the Carver College of Medicine, that dream became vivid and alive. Tonight's celebration is not only about our accomplishments, but it's a dedication to those who are here tonight, as well as those who are at home, who have helped and shaped us into who we are today. Because in the words of the famous John Maxwell, teamwork made the dream work. Tomorrow we begin to plan for our real test, our first patient that awaits us on July 1st. Let us now pursue the path set before us and accept the immense amount of responsibilities with which we were entrusted to care for and enrich the lives of our patients. But we must remember to remain resilient as we now inherit the challenges of medicine and society. We should never forget that nothing is impossible except for the thought not yet pondered. As long as we think back to the lessons learned from medical school and call upon the friends that we've all made here throughout our 4 years, success will ensue as we inherit the reins and set sail to seek new knowledge to further enhance the human condition. Our following class speaker tonight Class selected keynote speaker is a man who has dedicated his career to advancing the human condition in the field of neurology. Every medical student here has worked with Dr. Harold Adams, and a special select few were honored with the infamous Dr. Adams Stroke Rounds Bullseye. Dr. Adams earned his MD from Northwestern University and completed his residency training in internal medicine and neurology at the University of Iowa, and he joined the faculty here in 1976. Dr. Adams has authored more than 280 publications, 100 abstracts, and 9 books. Among his many contributions to neurology, Dr. Adams has helped develop the NIH stroke scale and national guidelines for the treatment of acute ischemic stroke. He also served on an advisory committee to the United States Food and Drug Administration. He currently serves on editorial boards for a number of prestigious medical journals and chairs national medical examination committees. Dr. Adams has been recognized with many prestigious awards from the American Heart Association, our medical school, and the Iowa Regents for faculty excellence. Most importantly, he was recognized by his medical students as the best teacher of the year on 10 occasions in the last decade. I look forward to hearing from him tonight. Finally, classmates, thank you for allowing me to serve as your student body president this year. Let's go out there and become the makers and the shapers in the next chapter of medicine and continue to do big things to help America be healthy and strong. May God continue to bless the class of 2013. Now let's give it up for one of our favorite professors, Dr. Harold Adams. Yeah, no problem.
Regent Downer, Provost Butler, Vice President Robillard, Dean Schwinn, Deans Gardner, Hammond and Cooper, Mr. Cates, Dr. Sharp and Ferguson, faculty colleagues, families, friends, and new doctors. I want to thank Shadi for his kind introduction. I am very touched by the invitation to speak at this special occasion. I thank the class of 2003 for asking me to join them tonight. This is the University of Iowa and the Carver College of Medicine. For me, the names are very important. They say a great deal. While research and patient care are crucial to the success of our college and our university, I believe that the primary mission of our institution is the transmission of knowledge and the education of future leaders in medicine. Thus, it is timely that we recognize the individual who is receiving the degree of Master's in Medical Education. I look forward to collaborating with her in the training of future students. On this special occasion, I want to honor the hard work and success of the graduates in the programs of radiation sciences, clinical laboratory sciences, and nuclear medicine technology. These healthcare professionals merit recognition and praise for their academic accomplishments. They have mastered difficult courses of study, and their successes should be heralded. I welcome them as colleagues. Congratulations. Tonight, we also recognize the young men and women who are joining me as physicians. I am truly lucky and blessed. I am one of the very few faculty members that has had the privilege of knowing all these graduates. They have interacted with me on a daily basis during their 4 weeks of neurology. They've been there at stroke rounds, they've been there at Neuro Jeopardy, they have been great to teach. As such, I am an expert, Dean Cooper, I am the expert on the class of 2013. I would like to share my observations. I can assure the audience that this class is extraordinarily bright and gifted. Yes, they are diligent and they are hardworking. They are caring and compassionate. In short, they are outstanding people who will make fine physicians. The families and friends of all the graduates should be very proud. I am. Their future successes will reflect positively on the University of Iowa, the Carver College of Medicine, but most importantly, on you. I can tell the graduates that as I look out at the audience, I see a large number of proud and happy faces. They are your families and friends. They have supported you during this educational endeavor. They may have provided financial assistance. They likely gave you advice or emotional support. They have been there when you needed them. They have helped you in countless ways. You are graduating tonight in part because of their efforts. They have earned your thanks, but more importantly, they deserve your continued love. Let's give them a hand again. The title of my talk is Some Constants in a Time of Change. Truly, we are living in a time of great changes. Changes in medicine occur on a daily basis. Scientific discoveries and clinical advances are leading to major changes in how we diagnose and treat patients. New technologies are expanding our options for innovative therapies that were not even dreamed of in the past. The advances in telecommunications, including telemedicine, which permits a physician to examine a patient on the other side of the world in real time, are radically changing the practice of medicine, for they are bringing physicians to the patient rather than the other way around. Many of these changes will positively affect your practices and your patients' lives. Some of these changes also may have unintended consequences that adversely affect patient care or devalue the expertise and efforts of healthcare providers, particularly physicians. Our continued diligence and understanding of the core constants of medicine are crucial for to keep the changes in healthcare positive. I would like to re-emphasize these constants tonight. First, people will continue to become sick. Despite all the advances in medical knowledge, everybody eventually becomes sick with something. Sometimes these illnesses are mild. On other occasions, these diseases are life-changing or life-threatening. As a result, people will continue to seek medical care. When a person is sick, I sincerely doubt that they will ask for the advice of a politician, a government bureaucrat, or a healthcare policy planner. They will want to see someone who actually knows something about their problem. They will want to see someone who understands and shares their concerns. They will want to see someone who has their welfare as the primary motive and who can actually do something about their illness. Most importantly, they will want to see someone they can trust. In short, they will want to see a doctor. Despite all the changes in the healthcare system, the relationship and trust between a patient and his or her doctor remains the single most important constant because it is the keystone on which all healthcare is built. Despite external pressures, do everything in your power to maintain this bond. Remain the advocate for your patient in an increasingly impersonal healthcare system. Remain the patient's champion for the best appropriate care. While modern medicine is based on scientific principles, it remains a human endeavor based on clinical judgment, thought, and skills. Whether you are performing a laboratory or imaging study, examining a patient, ordering a medication, or performing a procedure, you are affecting the well-being of another person. Someone truly is placing his or her hands in their lives in your hands. These are awesome and awful responsibilities. Make your decisions and take your actions with thoughtfulness. Remember the potential impact of your deeds. This constant will never change. Similarly, remember that the patient has a different set of expectations than does the physician. Having been a patient and a cancer survivor, I can tell you that patients have hopes and concerns that are much different from those of a physician. They are worried. They may know enough to be frightened. Often they are in pain. While they want comfort and encouragement, they also want the truth. Most importantly, they will want someone who actually cares about them. Unfortunately, another constant in medicine is that we deal with human tragedies. These events truly test all of us. It is appropriate for a physician to have an emotional response to such a crisis. Frankly, we should. The truest measures of your humanity and skills as a physician are your ability to show mercy and to truly care for your patient in such a difficult situation. Patients and colleagues expect all healthcare professionals to maintain high levels of knowledge and expertise. One of the exciting aspects of a healthcare professional is the opportunity to learn on a daily basis. In the future, you will discover that much that you've been taught in the last 4 years is wrong. Therapies and diagnostic studies will be discarded or replaced. New diseases will be identified. In order to be the best physician or other healthcare professional that you can be, you will need to keep updated on the advances in your field. Your education is just beginning. Remain eager to learn and to continue to seek knowledge so you can improve your skills and expertise. Regardless of the degree you are earning tonight, you will continue to be students of medicine for the rest of your lives. That automatically leads to another constant. I regret to inform you that you are not done with taking tests. You will be taking examinations of your knowledge and skills for the rest of your professional lives. And I will tell you, these organizations are going to biopsy your wallet. Another constant is that no physician can do everything in the care of a patient. As a physician, you are truly a member of a team. You cannot succeed without the help of others. Every day you will be dependent on the expertise of other professionals, nurses, rehabilitation specialists, laboratory technicians, radiology or nuclear medicine personnel, and countless others. Every day you will rely on secretaries, scheduling personnel, dietary aides, housekeeping staff, and others too many to name. These people are your colleagues. Just like you, they are key members of a team providing care to your patient. They deserve your respect and admiration. Treat them as peers. Similarly, no physician can be an expert in everything. That is the reason that many of you are specializing in some component in the broad field of medicine. Remember, you will need the advice and expertise of your colleagues. Do not hesitate to ask for help. They may save your patient, and they may save you in a time of crisis. In the same way, your colleagues will depend upon you. Be available when you are needed. Be affable when you are called, even if it's an inconvenient time, such as a holiday or the middle of the night. Such a colleague is important. You need to be a friend to your fellow physician. Medicine is a demanding profession. It is demanding on your intellect and strength, demanding on your emotions, and demanding on your time. Thus, it's important for you to take a step back from your activities as a physician to enjoy life. Take time to be with your family and friends. Take time for recreation. These breaks are not only important for your family and friends, they are important for you, and they will make you a better physician. Remember that despite the annoyances and hassles, medicine is a wonderful and rewarding profession. Regardless of your primary role, your primary activity involves helping others. You'll be able to prevent or cure disease. You'll be able to relieve suffering, including that of those who are dying. You'll be able to improve the lives of countless others. For what more can a person ask? Savor the excitement of medicine, embrace the future, embrace the change which truly is bright. As you embark on your new lives as a physician or other healthcare professional, I would ask that you consider these constants. Be joyful because you truly are blessed. Be knowledgeable so that your skills and expertise can help others. Be present when you are needed. Most importantly, be merciful and be someone your patients and their families can trust. These basic constants, which are the bedrock of medicine, will not change in the years ahead. If you hold on to these constants, I am sure you will have a great career and a wonderful life. Now I'm going to go off script. At stroke rounds, when I see a student looking sleepy or bored, I ask a question. There are two questions that I will ask that student. Tonight, we're going to ask it to the whole class. The first question is, what are you going to do? The second question is, what are you going to be? So let's try it again. Now, the correct answers for the people on the stage are slogans from the University of Iowa or the healthcare system. So you'll recognize the correct answers. All right. So what are you going to do in your careers as physicians? For the better, absolutely. Secondly, what are you going to be as physicians? Remarkable. Why? Because you're graduates of the University of Iowa. Congratulations, best wishes. I am very proud of all of you. Thank you.
Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Science or Certificate in Clinical Laboratory Science and the Bachelor of Science in Nuclear Medicine Technology and the Bachelor of Science in Radiation Sciences please stand? Provost Butler, these candidates have completed all the requirements for the Certificate or Bachelor of Science in Clinical Laboratory Sciences, the Bachelor of Science in Nuclear Medicine Technology, or the Bachelor of Science in Radiation Sciences, and are recommended to you by the faculty of the Carver College of Medicine for the conferring of this degree.
On the recommendation of the faculty of the Carver College of Medicine and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents, State of Iowa, I confer on you the certificate or degree, Bachelor of Science in Clinical Laboratory Sciences, or Bachelor of Science in Nuclear Medicine Technology, or the Bachelor of Science in Radiation Sciences, as qualified and designated. Congratulations.
Would the graduates who have just been awarded their certificates or degrees please come forward to receive their diplomas? Sarah Casey. Brittany Degan. Kimberly Eves. Shannon Gascoigne. Ryan Lumparfic. Chelsea McVeigh. Lewis Nelson. Monica Smith. Catherine Werges. Rebecca Benami. Soya Bowers. Jill Bauman. Haley Daniel. Benjamin Deppie. Michaela Field. Brittany Halverson. Chelsea Hammond. Melissa Harris. Rebecca Hittenmiller. Jenna Johnson. Mary Johnson. Anna Krug. Allison Leathers. Lindsay Lewis. Lucia Rose. Jessica von Ottenham. Sebastian Shiganka.
After tonight, the Masters in Medical Education program, which began in January of 2007, will have 18 graduates. Including current enrollees, students have come from 15 different programs or departments. The influence of the program is felt through incorporation of evidence-based interventions throughout the Carver College of Medicine, as well as through the planning skills of the leaders who have graduated from this degree. As we begin to see more faculty and staff with the initials MME after their names, the college's educational mission will benefit substantially from their ongoing contributions.
Will the candidate for the degree of Master of Medical Education please stand? Excellent. Provost Butler, this candidate, having completed all of the requirements of the Masters of Medical Education, is recommended to you by the faculty of the Carver College of Medicine for the conferring of this degree.
On the recommendation of the faculty of the Carver College of Medicine and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents, State of Iowa, I confer on you the Master in Medical Education degree as qualified and designated. Will the candidate please come forward to receive their diploma? Congratulations.
Mary Hernandez.
Will the candidates for the Doctor of Medicine degree please stand? Provost Butler, these candidates have completed all of the requirements for the degree of Doctor of Medicine and are recommended to you by the faculty of the Carver College of Medicine for conferring of this degree.
Thank you. On the recommendation of the faculty of the Carver College of Medicine and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents, State of Iowa, I confer on each of you the degree Doctor of Medicine as qualified and designated. Congratulations.
Will the Doctor of Medicine graduates please be seated? Dean Schwinn, on behalf of the faculty and administration of the Carver College of Medicine, I present to you these graduates who have just been awarded the degree Doctor of Medicine. They will now be presented with their doctoral hoods and diplomas. The shell of the hood matches the black material of the gown and is lined with the old gold color of the University of Iowa. The velvet border of the hood is indicative of medicine, which traditionally is represented by green. Dr. Adams will join me in the presentation of the hoods. Graduates, will you please come forward to receive your hoods and diplomas? Dr. Andrea Aronson. Oluwole Akintayor. Dr. James Alstott. Dr. Lindsay Arnold. Dr. Christina Beard. Dr. Nicholas Bedard. Dr. Rachel Bender. Dr. Adam Bernaking. Dr. Allison Boardman. Dr. Aaron Basie. Dr. David Brower. Dr. Curtis Brown. Dr. Robert Brown. Dr. Caitlin Burrow. Dr. Joseph Carrera. Dr. Benjamin Sean. Dr. Irina Chesnikova. Dr. Nicole Comer. Dr. Andrew Sear. Dr. Chad Davis. Dr. Lindsay Dickerhoff. Dr. Alan Downen. Dr. Justin Elwood. Dr. Christopher Etchite. Dr. Amelia Fierro Fine. Dr. Gabriel Fierro Fine. Dr. Mark Fisher. Dr. Catherine Freund. Dr. Kendra Frush. Dr. Karin Gadhawk. Dr. Kristen Gurjevic. Dr. Kyle Glinke. Dr. Christopher Getzinger. Dr. Randall Grout. Dr. Christopher Guerrero. Dr. Jameson Guthmiller. Dr. Jacqueline Hugsdahl. Dr. Michael Hugsdahl. Dr. Christopher Healy. Dr. Sean Hendren. Dr. Shadi Inane. Dr. Heather Hoops. Dr. Joshua Holst. Dr. William Humphrey. Dr. Brenda Hyde. Dr. Carolyn Jacobs. Dr. Mark Jensen. Dr. Benjamin Johnson. Dr. Hannah Johnson. Dr. Kendall Keck. Dr. Amy Keller. Dr. Andrea Cohane. Dr. Mohammed Khan. Dr. Paul Kim. Dr. Melissa Frohl. Dr. Heather Cruz. Dr. Alicia Kumar. Dr. Jeffrey Kurz. Dr. Matthew Lander. Dr. Gregory LaRue. Dr. Scott Larson. Dr. Mark Lay. Dr. Rose Lee. Dr. Lauren Liabo. Dr. Rustin Licht. Dr. Aaron Luth. Dr. Catherine Lynch. Dr. Maximo Marine. Dr. Brittany Maxwell. Dr. Dan McCabe. Dr. Andrew McChesney. Dr. Mark McElhaney. Dr. Stephen McGoy. Dr. Timothy McKenna. Dr. Michael McLaughlin. Dr. Emily Mecklenburg. Dr. Chelsea Meyer. Dr. Chloe Milliker. Dr. Kelly Monahan. Dr. Andrew Mortensen. Dr. Justin Moser. Dr. Eric Now. Dr. David Nelms. Dr. Michelle Wynn. Dr. Jim Wynn. Dr. Robert Knoll. Dr. Catherine Ustegard. Dr. Scott Pate. Dr. Emily Peterson. Dr. Elizabeth Pitts. Dr. Dennis Porto. Dr. Natalie Ramirez. Dr. Priyanka Rao. It's what the card says. Dr. Stephen Razzle Dazzle Rasmussen. Dr. Anna Reeson. Dr. Leslie Rosenthal. Dr. Mary Rashavi. Dr. Adrian Samar. Dr. Alexander Swatsky. Dr. Gregory Scallon. Dr. Amanda Schaefer. Dr. Aaron Shrunk. Dr. Jennifer Shookman. Dr. Ellison Schertz. Dr. Andrew Severe. Dr. David Shehay. Dr. Diana Shoemaker. Dr. Natalia Shliahova. Is that okay? Dr. Michael Steffel. Dr. Francetta Sterling. Dr. Kristen Teet. Dr. Joshua Tempe. Dr. Jamie Totten. Dr. Brian Trum. Dr. Laura Voigt. Dr. Allison Wagner. Dr. Jenna Wald. Dr. Jamie Williams. Dr. Ryan Wise. Dr. Vincent Wu. Dr. Christopher Yaup. And Dr. William Zittler.
Will the candidates for the combined degrees of Doctor of Medicine, Master of Public Health, and Doctor of Medicine and Doctor of Philosophy please stand? Provost Butler, these candidates have completed all of the requirements for the combined degrees, Doctor of Medicine and Master of Public Health, or Doctor of Medicine and Doctor of Philosophy, are recommended to you by the faculty of the Graduate College for the conferring of these degrees.
On the recommendation of the faculty of the Graduate College and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents, State of Iowa, I confer on each of you the degree Master of Public Health or Doctor of Philosophy as qualified and designated. Congratulations.
The following candidates are receiving the Doctor of Medicine and the Master of Public Health. Dr. Dwayne Abbott. Dr. Jacob Burrow. Dr. Alexander Hubble. The following candidates are receiving the combined degrees, Doctor of Medicine and Doctor of Philosophy. It is the custom in the Graduate College for the thesis advisor to place the hood for the Doctor of Philosophy, and Dr. Adams will place the hood for the Doctor of Medicine. Dr. Marlene Cano. And Dr. Hammond was assisting with the Doctor of Philosophy hood. Dr. Jacob Elkins. Professor Tom Brown will assist with the Doctor of Philosophy hood. Dr. Paul Kaminsky and Professor John Engelhardt will assist with the hooding. Dr. Justin Schwartz and Professor Allen will assist with the hooding. Dr. Aaron Verheuel and Professor Piper will assist with the hooding.
I would now like to address the Doctor of Medicine in the audience. You have come on a very decisive moment in your lives, especially in your life developing as a physician. You are about to recite the physician's oath. While you took a very similar oath at your white coat ceremony early in your career and have honored that promise, in the next minute you will be set apart from your medical school forever. This oath is a symbol of your commitment of the healing arts and of your acknowledgement of the solemn duty to perform them to the very best of your ability. So I ask you to think very seriously about what this oath means and the very real importance it signifies to those with whom you treat. As you commit to each paragraph, concentrate on the meaning of your vow and see it through. Thus, acknowledging the magnitude of this ceremony, I now ask the Doctor of Medicine graduates to please rise and turn to page 4 in your program. And I'd like to invite Mary Wasavi, our student recipient of the 2013 Leonard Toe Humanism in Medicine Award, to come forward and read the physician's oath with you.
Doctors, please join me in reciting this oath. I do solemnly swear by that which I hold most sacred, that, as I enter the profession of medicine, my primary responsibility will always be toward my patients. I will regard my patients always as fellow human beings and will do everything possible to preserve their dignity. I will try to treat and prevent disease, maintain health, and aid my patients in realizing their life's potential so far as is possible with the skills of medical science. I will seek to inform my patients fully about their illnesses, and I will always remember that the final decision regarding their own life rests with them. I will never knowingly do a disservice, and I will do everything possible to preserve the patient's privacy. I will perform my professional role to the best of my ability, but I will never hesitate to call upon the assistance of other physicians or health professionals when indicated. I will try always to cooperate with my fellow professionals and will seek actively to improve my profession and the service it delivers. I will remember that I am a participating member in a larger community. A trusted servant of that community, I share responsibility for the planning of social policy toward constructive goals. I pledge to continue to educate myself throughout my career and continually to engage in a critical re-examination of myself as a rational, emotional, and spiritual human being. Please be seated.
To the class of 2013, congratulations. Our nation, our state, is fortunate to have such bright, articulate, talented, and compassionate physician researchers, educators, and healthcare providers. Before we adjourn, I want to address again the other important people in this room, and that is your family. It's very important for us to again express gratitude and appreciation to the parents, the spouses, family members, and friends of tonight's graduates. You have helped make this journey possible with your love and support and encouragement. We recognize that this is a celebration for you as well as for our graduates. Following the ceremonies, my colleagues and I will be in the conference center lobby, and we look forward to congratulating you personally. I wish each of you the best as you embark on your future careers. And to formally conclude, I ask the graduates to please stand, and I ask the audience to join me in concluding these proceedings by saluting you with a round of applause. Congratulations.